This episode brought to you by Nicholson Realty 2.0, the Gas City Performing Arts Center, Chuck Sewer, Drain and Plumbing.
Berries.
Yes, it does.
Mhm.
How we feeling today?
Good. Went out and
Good.
took a nice long walk outside. It was gorgeous.
You ready to go?
I'm ready.
Sweet. Welcome to Garage Talk. We are sitting down today with the moderator for the April 12th event here at the Gas City Performing Arts Center. How we doing, Nikki? We are
Hi,
here.
I'm so good. How are
Yeah,
you?
I'm fantastic. Nikki Reed from WZPL. So if you recognize her voice, you wake up to her in the morning. Ain't that right?
Yeah, surprise. This is what I look like. But I'm on the Smiley Morning Show on WZPL from 5 a.m. to 10 a.m. every day. Well, Monday through Friday.
Okay. How long have you been doing that?
11 years last month.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm at the station for 15, but the first four I was doing afternoons at the time.
Oh, sweet, sweet.
Yeah.
So you went from afternoons to morning. Are
And I
you a
was
morning?
actually, oh, am I a morning person? No,
Yeah. Are you a
not in the
morning person?
slightest. No, no. I always actually tell people that getting up that early and getting to the station, it's like a 6 a.m. flight to Vegas. Like, when you get to the airport, you'll be fine and you'll see your friends there and everyone will get excited. You'll be great, but you have to get to the airport at 6 a.m. And so that's kind of the way I look at
Yeah.
it. Once I get into the building, I'm fine, but getting up, I bargain away a lot of showers for that reason. And I'm
That's
like,
wonderful.
sleep,
Yeah.
wash your hair now.
You dry. I don't need any dry shampoo.
Yeah, well, that's nice. You do have that luxury.
Let me just tell you, I just, and I'm out.
Yeah, no, I think that's great. It's
You
got to be
guys
so
have
freeing.
the luxury of a 5-minute shower. Um,
Hmm.
so are you excited to, step from behind the mic, travel 69 North to Gas City, and sit on this stage with Rainn Wilson?
I am very excited. I feel so honored that I was asked to do this.
Mhm.
I've been researching for months now just to make sure that I really, got into the grit of things and made sure that I did him justice. But I've learned a ton about his faith. I've learned a lot about the things that he believes in, the people that he finds interesting. It's been a cool journey to get ready for this.
I I couldn't imagine if it's going to be a big jump or not, but I think just from what I've heard from your morning show and talking to you, you're going to do extremely well.
Oh, thanks. I
Yeah,
hope so.
yeah. So, how is this going to differ from your early morning routine and scheduled demands? You
Oh,
know,
a lot. Well, I'll be well rested to start.
okay.
I'll have showered and I look nice, makeup and everything. But then, the thing that I think when you do morning radio in the format that we do, which is kind of that morning zoo thing, so everybody's talking over each other, you're all trying to like get the joke in. It is completely different because your job is just to hand over an idea and let them speak.
Hmm.
And I think you have to target a completely different part of your brain of like the active listening so that, you're not like something triggers a question in your head, you're trying to like still actively listen while remembering that question. And so I think I'll be doing a way different job than I do on the mornings.
So, are you going to be able to balance your preparation and your live spontaneity? Because I mean, you kind of got to be winging it on the radio, right?
Yes, yeah, absolutely. I mean, yeah, we have a general idea of where we want to go, but then everything else is sort of you tumble along and you move and, kind of adjust for the other people in the room and when they talk and how they, the things that have happened from there. But I think that will help me a little bit in this case because
Mhm.
I have a ton of questions, but I don't want to lead the conversation if it goes somewhere else. Like if it goes somewhere way more interesting than what I have, let's follow that path and go down that road with him instead of just going right back to the list. So I wanted to have a lot of different places I could go with it in
Yeah.
order to, kind of be able to flow with the interview better.
I mean, honestly, podcasting is just having a conversation. There's been times in real life you have a conversation and it just takes a right, and then you're like, what were we talking about?
No, exactly. All the
Oh,
time that
pasteurized
happens.
milk. That's what we were talking. Yeah,
But that was 10 conversations ago.
exactly. Exactly. And I'm hoping, because I have severe ADHD, I
Same.
love when things are like that, because then I'm like watching a tennis match.
Yes,
You know
yes.
what I
I mean,
mean?
and that is our show. I'm probably the only one who has an actual diagnosis for ADHD, but it's everybody. And
Yeah.
but with our whole thing, it definitely is we almost never go where we intend to go. So that is often we have to go. Where did we get? Oh, we were supposed to do sports an hour ago. Oh, okay, let's do that now.
Yeah. I love it. I love it. So, um, the role of your daily morning radio show life, what does that look like?
How far back do you want to go? From waking up or once I get in the building? Let's go
When do
with the
you
building.
when do you officially wake up? Is it when your eyes open, or do you wake up with your eyes closed? Because I wake up and I'm like, and then my eyes open.
A lot of times it's just because I have several alarms that get
Yeah.
closer to an emergency alarm kind of a thing. Because, depending on how tired I am, sometimes I call her Sleep Nikki, will shut them off.
Okay.
And so a lot of times I'm like, I have to force myself to get eyes open right away. And I reach for, because I usually watch the news in the morning, WTHR. So I reach
Yeah.
for the remote right away so I can get the TV started to get my brain moving, turn on the light right away. So I have to like, it has to be like a get up, like that whole thing, or I will just crawl back in there. Like with now under my own control, my body will just send itself back to sleep.
Okay. Be honest with me. How many alarms do you have?
Okay, hold on. I could tell you
You probably
exact.
got like 2 a.m., 2:15, 2:20.
I have a 3:30, a 4, a 4:15, and a 4:25.
That's impressive.
Yeah, and the 4:25 is like throw on leggings and a sweatshirt, grab your bag out the door. That's the
I,
latest I can push it.
wow. I have one 6 a.m.
You're
And that's,
brave.
yeah. Yeah. Now my wife, she's like you. I have to list, and I don't know what kind of alarm you have, but hers is like a little sweet little,
Oh no.
I need,
Mine are
you know?
violent. I need to hate the sound with every fiber of my being, and then that's the correct amount of alarm.
I love it. I love it. I love it. So let's go to up here,
Hmm.
because behind me,
That's pretty great.
it's 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 beautiful. This place is beautiful. So now you're going to be transitioning to stage
Mhm.
and not radio.
Yeah.
So have you done anything like this before?
I actually have. So I started as a theater major in college. So
Okay.
I'm comfortable on a stage. But I've been lucky enough to be able to do things like host the TED Talk events that came to Indianapolis, some TEDx events. I mean, I've hosted many galas and events. I actually a couple years ago I went to the University of Indianapolis, go Greyhounds. And they
Okay.
often will invite me to do some really cool things. One of that was the TEDx. But I got to do a similar sit down conversation with Bill Nye a couple years ago,
That
which
is
was
cool.
wild. It was so much fun. I felt so lucky to do that. My shoes snapped in half about 20 minutes before we went on stage, like just so I had to tape my shoe together right before we went on, but we made it happen because yes, the show must go on,
It
as we know.
must. It must go on. That's
Mhm.
you are the morning show MacGyver.
I try to be. Well, it's lucky my theater background was what it was, and some of my professors at UIndy are still there, and so I happened to just like text one of them like, "Do you have gaff tape? Because I think I can make this work." And so sure enough, we were like gaff taping my shoe closed, gluing
Wow.
it a little bit. It was wild.
That is crazy. That
Yeah.
I mean, nothing like that's ever happened to me before a podcast.
You never
Usually it's
snapped your
like
cable?
oh no, the beer tab on my beer broke. How am I going to get this open? Yeah, but I've gotten it open.
Okay.
So how excited are you to like moderate this live conversation with Rainn Wilson?
I'm very excited. He is very quick with his jokes, and I'm starting to try and, gather like his what's the word I want to say? Like kind of the way he ebbs and flows with things, or when you can kind of catch those like super almost kind of like monotone sarcastic jokes that like pop into places.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's going to be, and you know this very well, is when you're interviewing someone, you're trying to, stay up with what's happening. You don't want to miss those jokes. You don't want to miss those great little moments. And so I am working on that. I'm going to practice all my questions ahead of time so that I have a chance to like get comfortable and work with them. And so I've got a whole plan so that hopefully I can keep up because he's an improv guy and he's got it.
Yeah, and I mean, in this day and age, honestly, chat GPT that shit.
Well,
You just
I very much lucked out in that I kind of have a sordid, complicated past from a weird religion that I was in as a kid.
oh, I'm sorry.
So I can't, no, it's totally
You
okay.
good?
But I can say that not because I'm like not coming after any one religion. It was like a weird one.
Yeah.
But it resonated with me a lot, the kind of journeys that he had been through. And so it's been very cool to have the opportunity to come up with questions on my own to go like, oh, I've always wondered, actually, like, what do you think of this? And so it has inspired a lot of kind of unique things inside me that I don't think AI has felt because I don't know that it's ever been in a cult.
Oh, I that's interesting because I've heard people that, say, too many people who use AI, they're in a cult because you're basically
Ah, well, maybe it's the leader. Who
I
knows?
don't know. I've tried to ask it questions like, are we being watched from an outside force from outer space? And yeah,
What did it say?
said no, but do I
Mm,
believe that?
I know.
Do you think that there are
That are
people?
aliens
Yeah, do you
or
think?
like something above?
I mean, like, yeah, I'm more aliens.
Oh, one like presidents have come out and said, yeah. Like they just keep going like kind of yeah, but don't look
It
for them.
it was so nonchalant though that I was like, is he's probably joking. Barack's probably joking.
I think it's too true because why would it make any sense that we were the only ones around? And if so many people have reported this years and years and years and years, and not at their own detriment, probably because everyone was like, you're crazy. But like, what if?
You know what would be a mind bender for me, Nikki, is if they're not little green aliens and they look exactly like us.
That probably would make more sense,
That
right?
would bother me though. I want you to look different. I want
Oh,
you to be
sure.
I can't imagine another Conrad in what is that called? The universe that Superman Bizarro world.
A bizarro world,
There's a
yes.
bizarro Conrad Herrera doing a podcast right now.
I mean, that would be kind of neat
Um, I
to
didn't
do
eat
one
that
with
many
each other.
mushrooms. Yeah. So adjustment in your preparation, your delivery, your presence. You're a trained professional. I can tell you're ready to rock and roll with just about anything from hearing the shoe incident, right?
I try.
Yeah. So how is it like that on the radio?
Honestly, that's all we are when we're on the show. And we luck out in that we don't have the visual aspect.
Mm-hmm.
So there are so many times where like the listeners think we're just playing a little bit of intro, getting ready to talk, and the microphones are off. And we're going, hey, can you get me that thing? What do you need? Okay, I can go call that like it's behind the scenes is a completely different experience than when you're hearing it through the radio speakers because we are moving like crazy. I have a certain parts of the show that require me to kind of record, like type in a lot of things that we need to remember later. And so we've started doing a little bit more filming in studio while we're working and putting it on social media. And I've realized half the time I'm typing furiously while I'm talking because I'm trying to keep up with what's happening on the show so that we can use that stuff later. And it's it's all of us are multitasking all of the time. We rarely are just sitting there talking.
Do you think people are born into this, and because I've met some people that there's their social skills suck, and and conversating is difficult for some people, where I feel like people in radio and that do anything on the stage, in media, podcasting, you got to be fearless with making an ass of yourself.
Yes, that is very true. Yes. I do think that there are people who just feel drawn to it. I mean, I was one of those kids. I just, my parents didn't like have me out in plays super young or anything. I wanted to do that stuff. I was asking to do it. Can I go, join choirs? Can I do plays? Can I? So like for me, it was something that I felt so much excitement for that it was probably going to be hard to keep me off of the stage performing in some capacity.
This is going to be the clip for TikTok. So I love that answer. I love that
Thank
answer.
you.
So in building trust and getting engagement, how, like, where is that role for you?
Are you
Right.
talking about social media wise or just listening in general?
I'm talking about what you're going to do with rain.
Oh, with rain.
With rain. When it
Yeah.
rains, it pours.
Well, the hope
Mm.
is always that they feel like you respected them enough to do your
Mhm.
research, because I've been in situations before where I've been invited to an interview, I've sat down and they don't even know anything. And I'm going like, it's okay that you don't, but I don't know how to answer your questions in that way. And I think with somebody like Rain, where so much of his life is public, but the public stuff is much more surface than the rest of him. And if I just asked Dwight from The Office questions, I don't think it would be doing his career justice. So I think
True.
that is a big part of it as well, is making sure that you are on your game so they feel comfortable, so they can relax and then focus not on how do I take this question and move it into something more useful or for a message I'm trying to get out there, or so they don't feel like you were being lazy and like, yeah, whatever, I'll just figure it out on the way. Like I think that is one of my
Yeah.
hopes, that he feels that.
Yeah. Yeah. And while, you know, I'm I'm gonna say a lot of people's favorite character he has played is Dwight.
Absolutely. And there is not to take away in any way from that performance, because I mean, it's brilliant. It absolutely is. And I also don't want to ignore Office fans in this, because there is so much joy that he brings to people's lives. People watch the reruns over and over and over again because of performances like his. And so you don't want to also do a disservice to the people that come and go like, I want to hear my favorite character do things and say things. And, so I mean, I think one of the things I had heard on one of his podcasts was like the Dwight memes are the most shared memes, period, the end of
Yeah.
conversation. I mean, he's that beloved.
Yeah. I mean, you know how many times somebody sends me a text and I will send them a text back of Dwight and it just says false.
Right. We almost don't even think about it. It's so
Yeah.
ingrained in our lives, things from The Office, that it's ridiculous how much of it is there. We don't even track backwards to go like, oh man, that one show sparked all of this.
I mean, it's not to stay on Dwight, but
Yeah, go
it's
ahead.
such an iconic character,
It
and
is.
he knocked it out of the park. And I don't know if you've ever watched 6 Feet Under.
I
Um,
haven't, but it's on my list because I heard it's just genuinely a great show.
it's a phenomenal show. It's back when, see, I'm pushing 50 up a hill real hard, but it's back when HBO had banger after banger of quality sitcoms and TV shows. But 6 Feet Under was like, I believe it was Rainn's one of his first roles.
One of the
He
big
was in
ones,
like
yeah.
5 episodes of it, and he was good.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, and even then though, I was like, he's got a bit of a nerdy edge
Mm-hmm.
to him, but
Yeah.
he just played through that so well. And as time went on, I don't have you ever seen the movie Hesher with
Mhm.
Joseph Gordon?
Levitt? Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
he plays the father.
I think I did see that.
Yeah,
Right.
really good movie.
I'll have to
Really good movie.
re-familiarize with myself because you're right. I
Yeah.
mean, well, that's the thing. He's got so many, like, even now, like, even as, like, earlier today, I was looking at some stuff and I was like, he's got even more in his pipeline that I haven't even looked into, like the most recent stuff. So I have still, I mean, I've got how many days? It's the 26th. So I've got
Yeah.
like 20 days to
Yeah.
try and like go through now because I've done so much work on his background, his past, his
Yeah.
faith, his books, his stories. Now I've got all of his acting to do.
Yeah. I mean, from NYU to Gas City, that's
Hmm.
where he's coming from.
Yeah, that's
Like
wild.
it is. It's a little it's so cool. It's so cool what's happening here in Gas City. But
It is.
I digress. You you are planning on sitting down up on this stage with Rainn Wilson, a serious, I call him a serious comedic actor
I can see
because
that. Yeah.
he is funny being serious.
Hmm.
I think he was serious when he played Dwight.
I mean, yeah, what this is one of the questions I hope I get to ask him if we get to that far. But, we all t like in acting, you take parts of your own experiences and you translate them through a different voice, through a character's voice. But part of me wants to know just how much of that was him, his sense of humor, like what he was bringing to the table in that role, from
Yeah,
his own life.
absolutely, absolutely. And I wonder, are they gonna play his intro to his podcast, Soul Boom?
I don't know.
Do you like it? I like for some
It's a
reason,
cool song. Yeah,
yeah, when it
absolutely.
when it comes on, then he's like, the world's kind of a mess right now.
Hmm.
Um, so let's have a real conversation about meaning, connection. And I'm like, why not?
Yeah,
Let's have that
absolutely.
conversation.
It's very inviting. The podcast
Yes.
is, I'll be honest, again, like there was a part of me that was like, we'll see how this goes. But I fell in love with it because, I love how much he brings science into the whole thing. I love that it is an expansive but inviting world that you can pay attention to and not feel because I think sometimes, when it comes to belief systems or how people view the world today, you could get your hackles up real quick if you feel
Yes.
like, oh, I don't know how this conversation is going to go. But that's, I think, the difference in what he does and how he approaches things. Everyone feels invited.
It's very thought provoking,
Yes.
is what I found. And it made me um it made me question some of the ways I've thought.
Same.
So I was raised Catholic and went to church every Sunday, was an altar boy, all that. I didn't get touched.
Good. Well, good.
Yeah. They were like, that one can't keep his mouth shut. But I'm sorry. That's a bad joke.
Okay.
So now I have a podcast. But anyways, um, I I'm not a regular, I try and go to church sometimes and I'm not consistent with it, but I consider myself a very spiritual person. Like as soon as my feet hit the ground, my first objective is to be a better person than I was when I went to bed that night.
Yes, absolutely.
I will hold a door open for an old lady. I will help her put her groceries in. I will do my best to be a better man. And every day sometimes I'm unsuccessful, like
Hmm.
real bad.
Well, I mean, we're all flawed, right?
Yeah, yeah. But
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah. So, so this event is
Mhm.
going down.
I'm very excited.
I know. I'm like, I can't wait. I'm going to be out there slinging pretzels and nachos and beer and any
Mm,
kind of drink. I'm going to come up with a specialty drink for him,
I love it.
but I think I'm going to come up with one for you.
Ooh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
I'm in.
It'll be a hot ticket item. I guarantee it.
Do you think that we like bring it up on stage with you, make it extra fun? Like he and I could just be like clang, clang.
Absolutely. I would definitely be the waiter.
Yeah.
So Sunday, April 12th at 6 p.m.
Absolutely. It's going to be a whole lot of fun. We're going to go all over the place with it. It's going to be a blast.
I've got something we like to call rapid fire here on Garage Talk.
Okay.
Questions. Don't think about it. Just spit something out. Wrong. There's no wrong answer.
All right, I'm ready.
If I say what's the square root of 144 and you say chocolate cake, boom.
Because that would have been my answer. I do not know the answer to the
It's
math
12.
question. Oh, good. Okay.
Okay. Okay. If you weren't doing radio, what would you be doing?
I think I would love to do something either that involves like allocating money to charities. I think that would be really cool to be able to hunt down things that are, money that's going to do good and find people doing good and helping. Or the other thought I've always had is like to be involved in psychological research in some sort of way. Like to be able to kind of learn about the human condition and how our minds work and how our past can affect us as human beings. I'm very fascinated by all of that.
Okay. What does FM stand for in FM radio?
Uh, Hold on. I should absolutely know this. I don't know. Funky meters.
Funky meters is correct.
Yay!
All
I
right. I can hear them all cheering.
have
Okay.
a lot of professors that probably be really disappointed in me right now.
Video killed the
Radio star.
bing, 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 bing. All right. Here's one more.
Okay.
This hip hop artist said he could not live without his what?
I have to guess the artist and the what?
I'll give you a bonus point if you can guess the artist and the what.
Live
He
without.
can't live without.
I've heard a lot of different songs,
Okay.
and the only words that are coming to my head are not polite.
Hey, we're our podcast. You
Okay,
can say whatever you want.
what if I said just generalized alcohol?
I can't live without my radio by LL Cool J.
Oh, I love LL. I don't know that I've ever heard that song. I'm a mid-millennial.
See, I'm dating myself because this was a banger back in the day. So,
Wait, do you know roughly the year it came out? Like area
um,
of time, 80s?
19, late 80s, early 90s, I would guess. Early
I was between
90s.
the ages of like 0 and 7.
Yeah,
I think I might have missed that one just in general, but I should probably know it.
I was around 13.
Where the songs were soaking in nice.
Yeah, soaking in. Nikki, thank you so much for coming on
You're welcome.
and chatting with me. And hopefully this wasn't too painful. I know
This
what
is
you're
nothing.
used to. But I got hey,
This is nothing compared to a normal Wednesday for me.
a normal Wednesday. What's a normal Wednesday look like?
Oh, as a show, we're yelling and screaming at each other and, like trying to like get jokes on each other. And, we've had a long history with our as a friend group, and
Yeah.
it's always all over the place. So this is very casual and calm for me.
Sweet, sweet. I'm glad it was for one of us at least.
Mhm.
Thank you so much. We greatly appreciate you. I'm excited to see you when you
I'm
get here.
excited too. This is going to
Yeah.
be a whole lot of fun. We're going to have a blast. Rain's going to be great. I'm
Yeah.
pumped.
Rainn Wilson, April 12th, Sunday at 6 p.m. here at the Gas City Performing Arts Center. Conrad from Garage Talk signing out along with Nikki. Say bye, Nikki.
Bye, Nikki.